You know, this is a very bountiful time of the year. The pear tree is just producing an abundance of pears as usual. So I wanted to do something a little bit different this year with the pears. I made a vanilla bourbon pear butter. And I got this idea from when I made these vanilla bourbon pears last year. I've got 3 jars left. So I didn't want to do these again. I'll probably do them again next year once those other 3 are gone. But I wanted to have that flavor, just, to be able to have just a little bit instead of making like a whole quart or something, of a dessert to have this flavor. So today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this. So let's go on into the Simon Getty kitchen and let's get to it. So in the crock pot, I have the pears cored and kind of quartered up or chunked up. I did leave the skins on. We're going to go ahead and let this cook overnight in the crock pot. This is a 10-quart crock pot, so I'm thinking there's probably about 8 quarts in there because it's not all the way to the top. I'm going to put a cup of water in here, and then we're just going to let this sit overnight and then see how it is. And then once it cooks down, I'll take the immersion blender in there and puree it all up, and you won't even notice the skins. And then we'll start adding the vanilla, the bourbon, and the sugar. So we'll see you in the morning on how this looks. So here are the pears that were cooked down. Remember, they were all the way up to here, and now they're down to there. So now is the time to get the immersion blender out, and we're going to grind these up. Puree this. Let's see, where's my... Okay, so let's take a look at the consistency. Yeah. Remember, so this is a butter. I'm gonna start adding the ingredients, the sugar, the bourbon, the vanilla, and then we're gonna let this cook down some more to thicken up. And you can see, you can't even see the skins. The skins are all blended in, and that will help with its natural pectin to help thicken this up. Oh, there's a thick one. And if you still see thick chunks, you can take the immersion blender back through and get it more pureed. Like there's a couple there, so we might go ahead and do that. Like I said, I had this cooking all night on low. And yeah. All right. Okay, I'm going to start off with 2 cups of sugar. Stir that up. I'm going to add 1/8 of a cup of vanilla. Then I got Maker's Mark bourbon. I'm going to do 1/2 a cup of the bourbon. And then take it from there. I just want to be able to hint the taste. I don't want it to be overbearing. So this is kind of like my Vanilla Bourbon Pears that I canned a couple years ago. So I thought I would try a pear butter with that same version in mind. So where's my spoon? Go ahead and stir that. Use that to be a little bit more thicker, so we'll let this go a little bit longer. I'll have to do a little taste test in a little bit to see if there's anything I need to adjust, but it's looking beautiful. Nice and pureed and smooth. All right, so we'll be back with an update. Okay, so here I have the Vanilla Bourbon Pear Butter. So I ended up adding probably about 2 more quarts of pears and 1/4 more cup of bourbon. I will put the exact equivalents in the description box below, but I am ready to can this up, and I have some 12-ounce jars that are washed, ready, sterilized, and the lids and bands are washed and cleaned. So let's go ahead and start jarring this up. Okay, not sure if I said it already, but these are 12-ounce jars, and we are going to fill this to the 1/4 inch headspace. Let's see, that would be this rim right here. So this is 1/4, 1/2 inch. So we're filling it way up here. We did a taste test on this as well. You know, butters are you can do what you want with them, so to speak. Less or more sugar. I didn't put as much sugar. All the butters that I read said they wanted 4 cups of sugar. I only put in 2 cups of sugar. We don't like things really, really sweet. So we did that, and you know, the vanilla makes it a little sweet, and then the bourbon gives it a nice little kick. So I gotta go get my vinegar to wipe the rim. Hold on. Okay, I got my vinegar and paper towel, and I did move the pot so it wasn't casting a shadow. So I'm hoping you can see it better. All right. Ooh, that looks like a little bit too much. Debubble. Clean the rim. tight. So there's the first jar of Vanilla Bourbon Pear Butter. It's kind of my own concoction. It's kind of, I canned vanilla bourbon pears in quart-sized jars, and you know, they're like half or quartered pears. But I thought, well, that'd be cool to do a butter in that flavor. So here we go. All right, I am just going to go ahead and start filling up these jars and stop talking. Okay, so there's 12 ounces. I am going to go put these in the canner. I've got 4 8 ounces that I need to fill, and hopefully that's all I'll need. Be right back. There's still a little bit left, so I'm going to need to find another jar. So I'll be right back. All right, so I managed to find one more jar. And I have, I think, one more spot for this to fit. Alright, let's go get this in the canner, and I need to go see what the processing time is. Very pretty and tasty. Smells delicious. Alright, off to the canner we go. Okay, I have the jars in the canner, and we're going to process these for 10 minutes. We will start the timer when we come to a roaring boil. All right, there's all the jars. We got 7 12 ounce and 5 8 ounce. I'm trying to get the lighting better for you. So after the 10-minute processing, I lifted the canning rack up and let sit for 5 minutes, and then I brought them out here to cool. So I will let these cool for anywhere from 12 to 16 hours. Check to see if they sealed. We're already hearing some of them pop already. And then I'll wash the jars up, label them, and then put them in my pantry. If any of them do not seal, you can either reprocess them before 24 hours or just put it in the refrigerator and use it. But yeah, like I said, this is kind of my own concoction. It was a combination. I saw an apple bourbon butter, so I switched it out for pears and kept the bourbon and added some vanilla, and that's kind of how I came up with my recipe. So yeah, so if you like this video, please smash that like button and share this video with anybody who might be interested in doing this vanilla bourbon pear butter. Thank you for stopping by. I'm sure glad you did. Happy canning. God bless. See you at the next one.